Hello guys, Kuma here. So we're gonna go ahead and be doing a review today. How exciting! So I have gotten, well, first off, I have this giant box of yarn, and the reason for that is that we are going to be doing an Afghan soon, but I got, there we go, these two lovely pieces from Knit Picks. They are the Interchangeable Tips Caspian wood. Just let you look at that real quick. Yeah. So far they look beautiful. I haven't touched them yet. I haven't used these before, so I'm pretty curious to see how this is gonna go. And then we have the interchangeable cable. Now I got 40 inch, so if you're going to be doing this Afghan with me, which is the Arizona Sunset, then you want to get 40 cable for circular needle. And the reason you want to do that is it calls for a 36, but honestly guys, you know, they must be like unicorn knitting needles. I haven't been able to find them anywhere. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to actually get these done. And yeah, so let's get started. Let's open the needles first though. For a second it like, there we go. Ooh, that actually came off. You want to be careful. It doesn't look like this tape was really taped on very well. So yeah, this supposedly has smooth joins, perfect points, and flexible cables. Ooh, everything a knitter wants. All right, we're gonna pop these puppies out. I kind of like this. I think I'm gonna keep this like I don't have an interchangeable case. I know a lot of people do. This is gonna be my first set of interchangeable needles. We're gonna set that right over here. Ooh, well, they feel nice. And the color on them, look at that. It's like a friggin' peacock. That is gorgeous. And, oh, okay. So if you look, right there, these screw in. So you have these points where they're gonna screw into the interchangeable cables. Just kind of, you know, I like to do this in knitting stores, as weird as it sounds. If they have their knitting needles out and about, that's why I really like this type, which is the Lantern Moon. Horrible story. This knitting needle's mate lost its, you know, wonderful, beautiful set and got snapped because some idiot stepped on it. So I will have to find her another mate or glue the other one back together because I somehow managed to find the pieces. Make sure your needles are tucked away safe and won't get knocked off the nightstand. For what it's worth, my husband felt awful. Okay, cool. So we have those. Yay! Now, ooh, they're like little discs. Apparently these hold your knitting progress. So I guess like if I want to use these on another project, I'm not totally screwed out of that fact where I have to kind of, you know, where the fixed needles, you know, God forbid you want to change your project. It's like, no, you can't. This is going to be great. Okay, that tape was a little bit better. All right, so we've made it our mission to offer versatile, attractive knitting needles that will find a permanent home in your project bag. Try them for yourself. You won't want to put them down. For use with our interchangeable tips. Smooth joins, perfect points, flexible cables, same thing. Cool. All right, let's pull this out. I like the color. I think that they're color coded, to be honest, because I wonder what that pin's for. But I know that like the cables are different colors from what I've seen. And let's unwind this. The cable feels really nice. It bends really well, although that kind of concerns me. I'm gonna try and straighten this sucker out. Here we go. Nope, still doing it, it's curling. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. That's what we want. So what my original concern was, I've had cable needles that they do this weird twisty thing on me and kind of wigs me out. So I don't tend to get those. This, however, feels okay. Let's see what this is. And if you're anything like me, you're gonna keep this little bag because you're gonna be losing, you know, stuff left and right. Okay, these little discs. And then you have this little tiny pin. And I believe From what? Come on, get out of there. Haha. And I think if my aunt told me right, let's see here. There should be a little pin somewhere. Oh, I found it. I found it. Look, guys, I found it. So this is to actually, sorry about the moving, my stand moved. So this is to actually make sure that you are able to get a smooth join. Okay, here we go. It's in the bottom, I think. Watch, I'm not even gonna be able to do this. It's gonna look like I'm, no, I got it, we're cool. See? Now, before my knitting needle rolls off the table, get back up there. There you go. And so this is where you're able to kind of tighten it. You get a little bit of leverage and you're able to tighten it. Honestly, people have said in certain reviews that their joins have come loose. We're gonna screw around with this and kind of see how that feels. Okay. Do 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 do. Na, 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 na. I mean, do they mean this? Because that feels really smooth. I don't think that would catch on any of my yarn, at least. And I've had some pretty crappy joins. Let's go ahead and put, no, I'm going to tighten this one first so that way I know which one I've done. So, where'd it go? Okay, here it is. So I'm going to turn it this way. And we're going to, where the hell did it go? There it is. And you wanna, okay, so this is literally for leverage. So if you turn this way, you loosen it. So if you know, and then if you go this way, it tightens that up. Okay, cool, that's about tight enough. I don't wanna, make it unscrewable. Adult joke. Oh, I'm horrible. Okay, next one, guys. Let's see here. Gotta wrap this up. My battery's low on my iPhone. Go figure. That and my internet crapped out. It's not gonna be ready until like 6:50 tonight. You have to love it. Okay, let's tighten this one up. Take this. Now, of course, it's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, so we're gonna bend it a bit, right? If you have it upside down, you wanna go to your left, but if you're upright, go to your right. That makes sense. So that feels pretty good. I'm not really able to screw it loose or not just by messing with it. We're gonna go ahead and tuck this away though. Get in there, come on. I'm telling you guys, this thing is fighting me. Okay. There we go, safe and sound. So that's gonna go here. All right, so here we have it. And it feels really good. I'm gonna actually just, for the sake of knowing that I'm not full of crap, let's do a little bit of knitting. Now, as you probably have seen, I have like so much purple yarn, it would make Barney, probably put Barney to shame. Okay, so this is feeling pretty good. Sometimes on my metal needles, when I do cast on, it slides too much. This feels like it has just enough slide. Like if I really wanted to move it, I could, but not, because see, look, I'm jiggling that and it's not really messing up. So that's good. We're just gonna do a few more for kicks and giggles. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. I'm sure you guys are gonna probably get really fed up with me doing that, but you know what? I don't care. All right. So now that we have, I gotta get used to this cable being so long. All right. So now that we have that, we're just gonna knit a few stitches. That feels really good. Okay. So, of course, that tail piece, I always wanna make sure. New needles, I swear to God, it's like breaking in, no, it's like breaking in a new pair of shoes, guys. You gotta figure out how to use them. These cables are wigging me out. Okay, it's got plenty of grip. I mean, I think I would want, after they're used, I think right now, because they're a little waxy, well, not waxy, what's the word I'm looking for? My aunt mentioned it at one point where, and excuse my crappy knitting stance right now, these needles are different for me, so I'm catching on everything. Let's see here. And if you hear me breathing at all, I'm sorry, like, you know, audibly breathing. I have asthma, so I'm really sorry. They've been pulling up trees near my house, and the spores and the pollen are really messing with me. So my apologies if that's annoying at all. Okay, well, let's switch. Just so you guys can get a good feel about how this looks. I'll tell you these cables. All right, so far, I think once I use them and they smoothen out, because I have noticed that with wooden needles, they sometimes are a little sticky, tacky, catchy at first, but then when the oils of the yarn that you're using, so right now I'm using acrylic, so good freaking luck with that. But I do use alpaca a lot, and I use merino, which are my favorite. Oh, see, look at that. It's a working. Now if I don't lose my yarn. All right, it's a working. This cable though, this cable's like butted up against my arm right now, if you could see this, and I look so awkward. It must look really stupid. All right, let's do one more stitch. Come on, pretty baby. No, you're not gonna give me a double loop. Ta-da! Okay, cool. So aside from my, okay, there we go. It was the tail, my bad. So it looks beautiful, and I'm sliding it up and down just so I can see where the catch is. I'm not seeing a catch in here. I'm really not. So I think that this is a really good pair of needles. I think that the cable, like if you slide it down the cable, I think that it keeps the stitches really well. So for our Afghan, this is going to be wonderful. So there you have it, guys. I honestly give this a 10. I am super excited. 5 stars, whatever you want to call it. I love it. The fact that they're interchangeable is a huge blessing, because if you're like me, I project hop all the time. You know, work in progress. What's that? There's like a really funny knitter joke. Maybe you guys can tell me what it is, but it's like the flying saucer thing, but it's for works in progress for knitters and crocheters. So y'all just have to tell me what that joke is, because I need a good laugh. Anyway, so all right, knitters, you have got my stamp of bare approval on these beautiful Caspian needles. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below if you want me to review anything else, and I'll try to fit that into my budget for buying yarn supplies. I may even have it laying around, so I might even do something on the I feel so dumb. Forgive me, guys. It's been a rough week. On the yarn ball winder, there we go. Took me a moment. On the yarn ball winder, so that you can see how that works for winding hanks of yarn that you might get from a store. So that'll probably be one of the next videos that I do. Be prepared for the basics, but I did want to give you this review. Toodles, guys. See you soon. Kuma out.